A University of Texas study reveals a massive blind spot. 72% of women want specific behaviors from their partner they never verbally request. Waiting for a direct request causes friction. If she explicitly asks, she feels the gesture loses its meaning entirely. We can bridge this gap. We're going to break down a 7-step action plan designed to reduce her daily stress and rebuild physical attraction, entirely without a single relationship talk. To execute this properly, you have to adjust your mindset. You must perform these actions quietly, without announcing them and without expecting praise. Her silence isn't a lack of desire, but a response to how she's wired to communicate. By learning to read her physical cues and stepping in proactively, you address the exact needs she is hesitant to vocalize. Step 1 is the physical interruption. You trigger this step the moment you notice her spiraling, overthinking, or carrying physical tension in her shoulders after a long day. The standard reaction for most men here is to try and fix the problem through logic. They start troubleshooting the situation or offering verbal advice on how to handle a difficult coworker. Instead of offering advice, approach her silently. Take her face in both hands or pull her firmly against your chest and just hold her there. This graph maps out the human stress response to physical touch. Neuroscientist Dr. Tiffany Field found that cortisol levels drop up to 31% within minutes of receiving unsolicited, grounding physical contact. Step 2 is the name anchor. During moments of intensity, whether that's a difficult conversation or quiet closeness, consciously drop the generic pet names like babe or honey. Hearing your own name activates specific regions of the left hemisphere associated with identity. When you replace a generic term with her actual name, it creates a response that generic pet names cannot replicate. Both the firm physical touch and the highly specific use of her name serve the same purpose. They provide an immediate external signal that interrupts her internal stress loop and brings her back to the present moment. Step 3 is proportional mate guarding. This is a specific response to outside attention from other men. If you start a fight or act reactively jealous, you become a liability. But if you sit there completely unbothered, she may feel unvalued. The sweet spot is calm, measured dominance. Maintain relaxed eye contact with the outsider. Place your hand securely on her lower back and redirect the conversation with a casual smile. You are acknowledging the situation without being destabilized by it. Step 4 addresses the primary source of chronic exhaustion in long-term relationships, the invisible workload. This 10-item list represents a household's mental checklist. Researcher Eve Rodsky found women carry 70. Identify one task and complete it without asking for direction. Handling a repair proactively removes it from her mental checklist entirely. Completing a proactive task is more than just finishing a chore. By managing the logistics so she doesn't have to, you become the only place in her life where she doesn't have to be the manager. Step 5 is the post-commitment pursuit protocol. These trend lines map relationship longevity based on Dr. John Gottman's research on turning toward your partner. Couples who eventually separated dropped to a 33% engagement rate, while couples who stayed together maintained a rate above 80%. To stay on that top line, mirror the effort you put in during the early dating phase. Spontaneously plan a date or send an unprompted text just to tell her you were thinking about her. Step 6 is the specific desire confession. Generic compliments are expected and rarely leave an impression. Instead, voice a highly specific, intense observation about her appearance or a habit. Tell her exactly how a specific gesture she makes distracts you from your own work. Finally, step 7 is confident physical guidance. This involves using nonverbal touch to guide her movement through a space. Place your palm against her lower back to steer her through a doorway, or pull her closer without a verbal explanation. This physical movement communicates that you are present in your body and confident enough to include her in your space. The physical nature of this guidance anchors her in the present moment. It makes your presence more tangible than an abstract thought, reinforcing the reality of your connection through direct action. This dashboard represents a unified toolkit. Notice that these steps operate entirely outside the boundaries of spoken language. Your immediate next step is to pick exactly one task from this list, specifically the invisible workload task, and execute it today. Identify one thing that needs to be done and handle it without a word. While you are shifting your behavior, her perception of the relationship is also shifting. The University of Texas data suggests that even if she doesn't verbalize it, she is consistently internalizing these new signals of your investment. Because she rarely announces these internal shifts, you need to know how to read her silent feedback. To do that, watch our next video, 4 Clear Signs She's Already Chosen You. Knowing how to act is the foundation. Recognizing when those actions have successfully deepened her commitment completes the strategy. Click the video on your screen to see the signs.